Coming to you live from, I don't want to say where Brian lives, but a different apartment, a different location, different microphones, different setup. You can have any beer you want, as long as it's a Corona. Except I got,
and you guys aren't drinking them.
Well, I got Cody Pacifico.
Yeah, I got Pacifico.
Well, I got.
I can have Corona. I had it the last time I was here. Like, it's not.
He
a
had
big
it on the
deal.
latest commentary, which wasn't terrible. You actually said you liked it a lot.
What?
Corona.
Oh, they said the commentary. I'm like, yeah, I like the commentary.
Yeah, but the Corona's better.
I did not say I like it a lot. You get out of here with that nonsense.
Hey, I like that tiki bottle opener there.
Brian, where'd you get it from?
Copster got it.
Oh, that explains why he likes it. I understand why he likes it now.
I saw that. And I was like, oh, I have to have that.
Oh, man. Could you imagine if you didn't say where it was from, though? He'd just be staring you down. Like, fucking say it. Say where you got it, Brian.
Tell me. Yeah, it says made in Hawaii. Actually, I think it says made in China.
Should have said you got it yourself.
I hope it says made in China.
I don't think so.
Give him that fake, authentic gift. Okay. This is a... people jumping in here are going to be really confused. We talked about Rick Rubin in the Patreon section.
Doesn't say where it's made. Huh. Fancy that.
Well,
I mean, I would imagine.
Made in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's obvious.
There were we bought pineapples over there that were made in Puerto Rico.
That's close by.
No, it's not.
It's kind of on the water.
I don't think so.
The water's not very big.
Welcome back, everybody. Episode 99.
Warren Sapp.
There you go. You said it last week, but you're.
What was I supposed to do here, guys?
He's prepped again.
Come on.
Yeah, he's prepped.
We're over that.
We're here in a different location.
You wait for 100.
They don't go that high.
I don't think so. This is 0-0, right? Or 99, obviously.
Do they have 0-0?
Yeah, there's double zeros.
Are there anybody, like, what about NBA players? Do they ever go triple digits?
No, not triples. Some people score triple digits.
Hey,
which we may get to next week.
Triple-double.
That's a term.
I know what that means.
What does it mean?
It means it's like a combination of 3-point. It's basically like a cycle in baseball.
No,
for basketball.
Not
kind of. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
It's a certain number of 3-pointers, regular baskets, assists.
Okay, you're on the right track.
Something like that.
Double.
Yeah, what is the triple? Is 3,
2.
Think about the root of the words. Triple. Double.
Triple.
Why are they back to back?
Triple double because you're getting 3 free throws.
Nope.
Three?
Nope. No free throws.
You get 3 assists.
Nope.
You're getting 3 passes.
Okay, there's 3 categories.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay.
Triple
categories.
Triple categories. Got it.
With double
the impact.
Double digits.
Digits.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get free throws, or not free throws, points,
rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, wherever you want to get the triple double in.
Right, and you can get like 6 triple doubles in a game.
You can get like a quadruple double. I think
I
those
guess
are
it
very
is
rare.
like, what did you say it was for baseball?
It was like a cycle for baseball.
Kind of.
In a way.
Yeah. Not exactly.
No,
cycle, you get home runs, so you get all the bases.
It'd be the same thing if you got like 10 home runs in a game and 10 triples in a game and 10 doubles in a game.
But it's harder to do that in baseball than it is
It's very impossible to do. Yeah.
Okay. So it's like not exactly.
It's really not the same at all. But I see what you were saying because it involves multiple statistics.
Okay. All right. But hockey's better than basketball.
Hockey's fun to go to.
Yeah.
It is really fun to go to. Yeah. Especially those duck games. Yeah. Go
Quack,
Ducks.
quack.
Quack, quack.
Yeah.
I went to the laundromat over the weekend.
Loser.
Because I had fucking rad.
But I was wearing a Bronco shirt because I'm kind of a Bronco fan.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
But then the guy, this like bro looking dude, he's like, "Hey, man, what do you think about that coach, man?"
Hey, man.
And then I was like, "Oh, I don't know." He's like, "Oh, you don't think so, huh?" I'm like, "All right." He's like, "All right, have a good day, man."
He had no idea you had no idea what you were talking about.
The same thing happened to me.
He was
completely clueless that you were clueless.
I used to wear a Padres hat just because it was blue and it was like the only hat that I had, so I wore that around. And then I went to an eye doctor one time. And I've been going to this guy for years, and I wore the hat, and he was just like, "Oh, so you're a Padres fan now?" Because he's a big Dodgers fan. And he's like, "Oh,"
cuts your eye open.
He's like, "How do you feel about their new pitcher?" I'm like, "Oh, you know, he didn't do so hot last year."
You try to go with it?
No, I went with it. He bought it, and he totally bought it.
I can't do the lie because I'm afraid that I'll be like, "Oh, this guy's new to the team. He hasn't played a game at all." And
if I'm ever in that situation, I usually don't say anything. I'm just like, "Yeah."
You gave it our best shot, you know. Like, what do you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell right now.
Yeah. Well, I have a similar situation that happened just this past weekend because I moved.
Oh, did you?
I moved over the past weekend.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
You're
obviously. I'm homeless right now. We didn't get the place.
Oh shit.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
What?
We never turned off this light.
That's why my white balance wasn't working. It's fine.
Well.
Fuck it.
Get a little tan.
It's episode 99. Episode 100. It'll be fine, which is next week.
You wait for the lighting on 100.
Yeah, you wait for it. The 3-point lighting.
Oh, man. We got lights going the same fucking direction. What are we doing here, guys? This is ridiculous.
Why is it pointed that way?
Just because they're bouncing off the ceiling and
let's just kill the episode. We got that one on in the background. We're not doing anything right.
Turn that one off.
No,
it's totally fine. It's at this point we're
it didn't work. Oh, it didn't work.
It's off.
You told Alexa to do it?
Yeah, that one's Alexa controlled.
Oh, hey Alexa, what's up, girl? Hey, anyways.
Nothing much.
So
she talks back to you.
That's how she sounds, like a little white old lady.
Yeah. How's it going?
How's it going? I heard my
Get some
back today.
cupcakes. Yeah.
It's gonna turn into a little mouse from Space Jam now. So it was moving weekend. And moving always is the worst because you got to move stuff. That's not fun. But we did get movers this time around, and they were really cool.
Legal?
I would assume so, Brian.
I hope so. You don't know what's going on in politics.
Where did you drive to get these movers? Let's talk about this.
I stopped by Home Depot, Brian. Is that what you wanted me to say?
I don't know. I guess so. You can. You're part of their people.
So are you.
I know. They're good workers.
I'm laughing at this joke.
What is this? Anyways, it was an official moving company. It was an Asian man and a Russian. Thank you.
Oh, they grabbed
what
the
a
workers.
diverse company.
It was weird seeing an Asian speak Russian. It was great.
Man.
Anyways, so they came. So my parents came over as well, and they helped out. And Amber's dad came too. So Amber's dad met my parents for the first time.
Oh, that must have been fun. Did they fight?
No. But at one point, my dad
was quick to go to that conclusion.
That doesn't happen all the time with you guys. What are you talking about?
I said that to Amber because at one point they went to Jersey Mike's to go get the food. It was just my dad and her dad. They went together.
Oh, they so fought.
I went to turn to Amber. I was like, "What if they just boxed?"
Yeah. They like arm wrestle at fucking table at Jersey Mike's.
And she's like, "Why would you say that?" I'm like, "I don't know." He doesn't listen to the show as much. He actually used to listen to the show.
Amber's dad.
But I think he says one of his buddies
like,
listened
I fell
to
off.
it.
It sucks.
Yeah, I know, right? he did say, he was like, "Yeah, I seen the show. I've seen it." And I was like,
"It's not my thing."
Wait, he said his buddy listens to it?
I think his name was Rob. Maybe. What's up, Rob? If that's him. I don't know. But so we go moving. The moving it went fine because they did all the heavy lifting stuff, and then we figured all the paperwork. Everything worked out. But so I had taken Friday off because we were going to move some stuff on Friday. That was going to be like our first move-in date.
Ooh.
Come Thursday, Amber gets sick with the flu.
But like flu or like cold?
At first, we didn't know what it was.
Was she vomiting?
No. She was coughing a lot.
I don't think that's flu.
What? Vomiting?
No. Like, we'll continue.
Well, anyways, at first we thought it was bronchitis.
Oh.
Yeah. Bronchitis. It's very common,
It's my favorite dinosaur.
WebMD. Bronchosaurus.
Oh,
WebMD
me.
is great at
that
this
was
time.
a solid pun.
That was very good.
Thank you.
Who's at fault?
Okay. All right. That's a step too far.
What's going on?
We originally thought it was bronchitis, so we took her to urgent care early in the morning, kind of
Always fun.
pushed our plans back from moving. Went to urgent care, and the doctor was like, yeah, she's got the flu. Like
he said it.
Yeah, she said flu, so we went to CVS, got her some prescription.
He doesn't even like test her. He's like, she just looks like
he
she
just
has
looks
flu.
at her. Yeah. So then I get my flu shot while I was there because I was like, I don't want this shit.
Did they yell at you as you're walking by? Because when I was at the doctor's office a couple weeks ago, I was walking by and they had the tents outside the hospital. And they're all like, flu shots. And I made awkward eye contact with one of them. They're like, have you gotten your flu shot yet? And I was like, I'll get it after. And she's like, get the fucking flu shot. And
you didn't do the phone call thing?
No, it was too late. At that point, it's too late. Once they make eye contact with you,
why didn't you
you're
say
trapped.
I already got it?
That was also didn't come to my brain. I wanted to be honest with the people that I'm dealing
doctors?
with. Yeah.
Nurses?
I was going to say, you should do the phone call. We'll get into the Fyre Festival stuff, but there's a part where the guy, Billy, whatever it is, he's on the phone and press are trying to talk to him. And I was like, he's totally not on the phone.
Yeah.
It reminded me of you. Anyways, we move in.
Classic Cody.
So she's sick, and we still have a lot of packing to do as well. So on that Friday, I pretty much packed a lot of shit just like on my own because I told her to just rest, and to be fair, she packed a lot of stuff on Thursday as well, but a lot of it, like, I was drained because I was packing so much. And then come Friday, she's still not feeling well, but luckily we had all this help. Move went fine. We're settled in. I have like one box left. But last night, by the time we're recording this was the day after the super wolf blood moon, the lunar eclipse.
MLK Day.
MLK. We're recording this on MLK Day. So I go outside because Amber's dad is like, go look outside to go look at the moon. So I go out there, and there's a couple of neighbors outside. And I'm like, this time around, because the way the apartment complex is, it's like you can see everyone's doors, and there's like a little patio area with a barbecue and stuff. And so like, and there's actual windows now, so like I can actually like be friendly with people as opposed to my last place. It was a little bit bigger and you couldn't really see much of anything. So I wanted to like introduce myself to some people that were out there. So everyone's out there like looking at the moon, and there's like this one dude coming towards me, and he has like a group of friends because they're trying to look for the moon because a big spot of clouds like kind of
the way you said that, like they're trying to look for the moon, like they're about to kick its ass.
No,
Him and his buddies are like
Have you
chasing
seen it?
this thing
Have you
down.
seen the moon?
Yeah, let's fucking find it.
I start like small talking with him, and he was just like, yeah, it was just there a second ago, but we're trying to see. We might go to the front and check it out, see if we can see it from there. I'm like, all right, cool. And by the way, I'm Christian. I just moved in. He's like, hi, I'm Jacob. I'm moving out. I was like, oh, okay.
I don't give a shit who you are. I'm Jacob.
I was like, oh, all right. He's like, yeah, it's a great place. I was like, all right, well, see you later.
Oh, fun times.
That was it.
Right.
And he just moved on.
You didn't ask him how the living situation was?
I mean, he said it was great. So I met another dude later because he too was like a lot of science enthusiasts or moon enthusiasts in this apartment because everybody was like outside like looking at the
telescopes. They're just like, all right,
he's taking measurements.
My neighbor too was just like out on the porch right here.
Well, you have a great little roof right here that you can just chill up.
Yeah, the guy sunbathes down the.
Does he really?
Yeah, there's a guy. That he just like hops a little.
He's wearing a little thong.
He's like 60 years old.
Oh, jeez, that's when they're the best.
Got that grandpa bod.
Yeah,
he just hops a little
good.
Yeah. I guess whatever you say.
Yeah.
Anyways,
don't question it.
So I did eventually meet another dude, and I don't think and I met his cat. I don't know what the cat's name, but the cat got scared, and so he took it inside.
Is it all young folks?
Hip people?
It seems like it. There was
crowd?
like a pregnant lady downstairs with a man. Because that's how it goes.
And not anymore.
You never know. And I overheard like their neighbor be like, "No baby yet," and they were like, "Oh, the baby's overdue." I'm like, "Oh, there's gonna be a screaming baby."
Oh, nice.
We got one right below us.
How loud is it?
If I have that window open, I
just
hear
kick it.
Yeah. I'm just like, shut up!
Shut up! You stick your head out the window.
No, but if the window's closed, I don't hear them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I haven't seen too many. Like, my one worry is, like, our neighbors next to us, you know, if they're going to be cool with us doing a podcast every Monday. But, I mean, we're not usually that loud.
We're just having a conversation.
Exactly.
We're just talking. You're not having a party.
Yeah. And we'll soundproof the place, too, so we'll see.
What does Amber say? Does she say, like... Because Amber is sometimes...
She's got the flu, Brian.
No,
she's got the flu. She can't say anything right now.
She can't say much. What were you going to ask?
Oh, what does she say?
I can answer for him.
Because when we do the podcast at Copster's place, Amber's in the other room. I wonder if she says we get loud or are obnoxious or anything.
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably. But no, she never complains much of anything. I think it'll be a lot different now that we have a second bedroom. Now she can actually like either kick it in on the couch in the living room or just stay in our bedroom.
Wait, so you're saying do you share a wall at the new studio? The room that would be the new studio?
Say this is the second bedroom, like on the other side of this wall is another neighbor right
here.
So
that's what I got right here. It's another person, but that's like their walkway, so like they don't hang out there.
Got it.
As far as I know.
Yeah,
They're
I don't
just
know.
listening attentively.
I don't know what.
Like
right. They're like, what are
old
they
school
saying?
glass on the door,
Putting their ear to the microphone is what I just did here. I was like,
Cody, can you hear me?
I also saw. I was eating and I saw out the window, like the neighbor across the way. She was an older lady. Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Just like sitting by the window. It looked like she was staring at me, but I couldn't tell, so I kept doing the no look thing, and she was just there petting her cat, staring out the window, just like.
Oh,
seems like a great gal.
Yeah.
And I think I saw multiple cats. So
did you know that it was a cat friendly place, or did it just
I knew it was pets friendly.
You guys can get a pet.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about this place. Eventually we want to. She wants a place where we don't have to take it downstairs and
if you gotta
walk it.
take a shit or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a little potty pad.
Yeah.
The old PP potty pad.
Baby.
Get that.
I'd like to get a cat. I wouldn't mind a cat.
Cats are cool, man.
Because they can just stay indoors, you know?
Sometimes they're little shits, but sometimes they're just adorable. Same thing with dogs.
That's why you love them, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
They shit everywhere.
Yeah. And they shit in a box. You don't got to take them outside.
Do you have to train them to do that, or they're just...
Nope. They appreciate the smells.
They like this. They go to the smell and they shit.
They go to the smell of the litter and they're like, this seems like good poop.
Speaking of Box, I finally watched Bird Box.
Nice.
Oh, you finished it.
It sucks.
Oh, yeah? You're one of those guys. Huh?
I didn't like it.
This fucking guy.
It's fine.
Netflix at its worst.
No, they're still killing it, but there's like a lot of good.
Yeah.
But it's just
fun sequences, I thought.
Yeah.
It was boring.
Yeah.
I was bored through most of it.
It's a little long.
It is very long. Yeah. I honestly think if they just did it chronological, I think it would have worked better.
Maybe.
That's what people say.
I think.
Yeah. That's what I say. You can't say that and then say Annihilation kills it when they do the same fucking thing.
Brian.
But there's such a big difference between that.
No.
That is such a big difference.
No, I disagree.
How so?
It's the same thing.
It's the same cutting back and forth.
Really
you give away the ending. It's the same fucking thing.
It's not even so much that, okay, I get it's the same thing. The biggest difference, though, is that you're not dealing with 1,000 throwaway characters you know are going to die automatically, whereas Annihilation is a lot smaller, whereas Bird Box, they're trying to do too many things at once, and they're just kind of throwing. If like the whole movie of Bird Box was just Sandra Bullock, maybe John Malkovich, and the dude that she falls in love with, like if it was just like them, and they kept doing the frame device of them going back and forth, I think that would have been fine. But because you threw in so many people, like I don't care about anything that's going on.
Like the other pregnant woman.
Yeah, and then she comes in and is like, okay, she's gonna die.
And MGK.
Yeah,
Machine Gun Kelly. That's right. He just goes off and
he left.
He just leaves.
Let's go bone, and then they just took off.
You didn't like the car driving sequence?
That was fun.
Was fantastic.
That was really cool.
Yeah. That was great.
And then it's like fucking it's like whispering to him outside the car. That was so cool.
I'm glad that they never like showed what it is.
Of course.
Yeah.
The whole I think they went a tad bit too far of blowing the wind and that stuff. But
like the Happening style.
Yeah, but also like
it's better than Happening.
Yeah, obviously. But I just like establish like a little bit of rules as to what these things can and cannot do. It's like
I feel like they kind of did.
They just can't go indoors.
That's what I thought. I didn't think about that till afterwards. Like, how come they can't just like go in when the doors open?
And normally I don't want any kind of explanation, but then I need to be scared by this thing if I'm like going inside of a door. But then, spoilers for in the end when they go to the blind home. They're like in big, giant, open places. How come they can't get through there?
The birds are there.
The birds.
So they're afraid of birds.
So I know
bird
that.
Box.
I know that
the birds are in the box.
I know that they
chirp.
They react to the birds react to them close by.
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever established that the things are like afraid of the birds. Right?
Wait, what's afraid of the birds?
The demons or whatever the fuck they are.
I didn't know they were afraid of birds.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they established that the birds, when they're around, they start chirping.
Yeah.
Those things are present.
It's like an alarm.
Right.
Yeah.
So
alarm, if you will.
Alarm.
Nice. But so since they're all in the blind home, then they're not going to be there. But then if they start chirping, they're inside.
Not necessarily. I think like, well, first off, it's barricaded, so that if they can't go through doors, they're definitely not getting in there. And secondly, unless you think they fly over the fucking opening to the trees or whatever, they haven't established that they can do that. So I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. The fact that they haven't established this, so I'm like, okay, where are they safe? Where are they not safe? Other than they just can't go indoors.
Well, no, they can get into that place, but the birds chirp and alarm them so they can close their eyes and go inside or something.
Okay.
So that's the whole point of that. And so it's not it's safe, but also not safe at the same time.
But
it's the safest place they could probably be in.
Yeah. I think they should have established something like that more. Like, you can open the windows and see them through the window, or like when they open the door in the supermarket and he briefly sees, oh no, he gets locked out, but still, like,
that was a good scene, by the way.
That was a good scene. I don't know, like,
and also the BD Wong, when he sees it through like a screen, so you're like, how does that work? Like, so it's not even just the presence of the thing; it's like actually seeing the thing,
right,
that fucks you up. So like, you can't even look at it through like a telescope or something.
That was my one, because like, why should I be afraid of it if like there's no way to stop it, or if there's no way like to really be around it? I guess that can be scary in itself, but like, I don't know. Like, I was just.
So you're saying there's no way to beat it. So like, why bother?
Not even just that, but like, you know.
I think that's pretty scary.
No, it is scary, but still,
fuck it.
It's like, how are they really safe though? They don't know if like.
Well, it's the safest. Like Cody said, it's the safest they can be in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I felt like I felt like they built up the Sandra Bullock character enough, like with her backstory and her relationship with her father and all that stuff, and like the kids and everything. Her arc was complete. I feel like good enough for me.
Yeah. I don't know.
What do you guys think? I was when I was watching it, I was getting like this whole like stoner like conspiracy thing. Like, what do you think the thing represents?
Your fear.
That's it.
Yeah. Like your
or something. Yeah, something from your past coming to haunt you. Yeah.
See, I think.
What do you think?
What do you think, Brian?
It represents
boxes. Or
it
birds?
represents right-wing media.
Oh, you're looking.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I thought you meant like what the characters see.
No.
I was like,
no, like in general.
We see Fox News over there. Yeah. Oh my God!
Because you look at it, you get absorbed in it, you get indoctrinated in it. The guys, the crazies, Like they can look at it, but it doesn't affect them because they're crazy.
Right.
So then they see it and they try to like bring other people along.
I see what you're saying.
They even
Like,
try to bring
the metaphor for that.
Yeah, and they even try to bring the kids along. Oh, we want the kids. We want to indoctrinate them in our world. So it was like a thing like that. Like, oh, interesting.
That was another thing that bothered me too. There was no rules established of the crazy people. Like the one British guy that comes into the house.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so he's normal, but then he can switch his crazy on out of nowhere and then just manipulate everybody. Like he's that smart and maniacal, but he's also because they established like
It's a psychopath, man.
Yeah,
I think he can.
no, but I don't think like psychopaths are the ones that are being indoctrinated. Crazy people are the ones being indoctrinated because their mind is messed up in ways that they can't even control themselves. So what would have been cool if that guy was if that guy was already part of the group and eventually he becomes crazy and becomes the villain along with Sandra Bullock being the main hero. Like if you've seen that, because then that group that comes later on with the Russian dude from Ant-Man.
Dark Knight.
I mean, that guy. Yeah. Like
David Desmalchin is his name, guys.
there you go.
Good
Nice
actor.
guy.
Another one who does
He's
the
really
fucking
great.
research.
Prisoners?
Unreal.
Yeah. He's a great guy. Like if that kind of like that crazy dude, that British dude, like was established, and then he formed his own group like later on, and then they come ahead towards the end. I don't know that group.
That would
at
have been
the
a
end,
lot of more into the story though.
I know that's if
That would've added on.
they would have like done straight through and not gone the back and forth because like it opens up her yelling at her kids. I'm like, Jesus, lady.
But I feel like that establishes like the severity of the
The
situation.
urgency of the moment.
Yeah,
You
I
didn't-
don't know. Maybe
that
it was a
turned you off right away.
performance.
Oh, you didn't like her performance. in
It
it.
was like I don't know.
What do you got against Sandy?
I love Sandra Bullock.
great.
I love Miss Congeniality, but I don't know.
I feel like this was solid. It was. I wouldn't see it in theaters.
I don't think-
wouldn't.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
40
That's all.
something million, whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely would not have paid. This movie would have not done good. I don't think at the
Really?
box office.
I
I don't
think
think
so.
so.
I think it would have been.
I think it would have done pretty well.
Yeah, for like the older people that are
Yeah.
like, let's see Sandra Bullock in like this
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this solid thriller.
It's got a good image, like the image of her with the blindfold, kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, walking around.
And A Quiet Place just came out that killed.
I think
so
it's a good like crowd pleaser type thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I think it sucks. I don't think it's great.
All right.
Yeah.
I watched Glass again over the weekend.
You saw
Oh,
it
you
twice?
saw it twice.
I think
Oh,
it
you-
sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it again? And
Yeah,
saw
I confirmed that it sucks, guys.
No.
And now, like, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, the first half is great. It's just, like, towards the ending where it kind of goes off the rails. The second time, I struggled to get through the first half. Like, I
Oh,
was
yeah.
really bored.
Whoa.
And I don't know what it was. And I'm like, well, maybe I just don't like this.
Yeah.
Was the crowd into it? Because the
No.
first time you saw it with critics, because you're a critic yourself.
Fuck off. No, no.
You're a critic, yeah.
And the
No.
second time you saw it with the general audience.
Yeah, same reaction each time where they were just like, all right, that was a, that
Oh,
was
they,
a thing.
they didn't care for it.
No.
I thought it's got like a B score and like.
I think audiences are
Not the
definitely
one I saw.
They're
no, I saw
definitely
it with.
liking it more than the
Yeah.
the critics.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
so.
Because I did a spoiler review for Collider. Check it out. And I did
There's a link wherever.
Yeah, it's somewhere on there.
Just
You can
Google
find it.
Collider.com.
Google.
And I was like reading the
Glass
comments, and a
spoiler.
lot of the comments were like in favor of the movie.
They're like,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah,
They were like, "Fuck you, Copster."
My favorite
And then-
one is where it's like, it's not. This is the same thing people said about Unbreakable. No, it's fucking not.
No, it's
No,
definitely
it's
it's
not.
definitely
Were you there,
not.
Cody?
This is a worse movie than Unbreakable. Like, come
It is, yeah. I don't think it's a
Come on.
bad movie though. I
Yeah.
think it's definitely worse than Unbreakable and Split. You again, like I think you would hate it, but for some reason, out of left field, maybe you would like it. I don't know, but
No, because you guys said it's more on the nose than Split.
yeah, that's
We're-
the one big thing. Yeah.
I rolled during Split in the shotgun
Yeah.
scene.
Oh, right.
So
yeah.
then you're saying this is more like.
Imagine them describing the shotgun scene.
Yeah.
And I've listened to reviews and like spoilers and everything. I'm not going to see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But I've heard that like he describes like he thinks the audience is stupid and doesn't get superhero tropes.
You see,
so
like-
he explains it
My-
to them.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was, I think it was,
Spoilers, probably.
yeah, spoilers. Vinny, I think from Collider, his review. He said everyone becomes Jamie Kennedy in Scream by the end of it,
Oh,
where
yeah,
everyone is
yeah.
just explaining the fucking comic book parallel to what's going on.
Right.
It's like
Wait,
I
every,
get it.
every character in the movie is
a
explaining.
bunch of different ones, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you would
Yeah.
think like only like the Sarah
No,
Paulson. or
Glass
something.
does it. Sarah Paulson does it.
It's like every character
what's her
represents a
name?
certain
Anya
thing.
Anya Taylor-Joy does it.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm the.
Samuel L. Jackson's mom does it. Yeah.
Anya
Yeah.
Taylor's like, I'm the final girl in the final
Yeah.
sequence.
right. I see. I don't know if it's so much like he thinks that they're stupid. Like that's maybe a little more nihilistic to think like that. Maybe he just like, I don't know. I think it's like part of him not sure if his audience will trust him to like go full non-explaining kind of path. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a little bit of resentment still when he's making movies because I don't see him
I think
as
there is. I think the movie's still getting more flack than it should, even though I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But like I think the effort should be praised.
Oh, you
Right,
think people?
you know?
He still has that like bad reputation on him?
Yeah, I
oh,
still
really?
think
even after Split and The Viz and all this.
Oh yeah, I think that's gonna haunt him for the
Because
rest of his
people
career.
want to tear him back down
No, Yes. I get
after
it.
building up like
Yeah.
this.
But no, this movie was projected to make $70 million.
Did it though?
Opening weekend,
No.
yeah.
Made
So
a lot
then,
less than that.
yeah, because then like 2 weeks ahead of
How
time.
much did it make? Did it make
Four-
like
40
40?
mil.
40.
Oh, okay, it's still pretty good though.
Not half what
Solid,
they
yeah.
projected.
Yeah.
But because I'm sure the reviews came out 2 weeks ahead. and
Yeah.
36%.
Yeah.
Killed the
And
momentum.
It was
Yeah.
just crazy because, like, usually when like a studio thinks that the movie's not good, they hold off reviews until like, excuse me, the embargo for reviews until like Thursday or the night
day
of.
of, yeah.
But they were pretty confident with them, and you know, this movie is still only like a $40 million budget, maybe
20.
20, yeah, it's
20,
even less
wow.
than that, yeah. Because Unbreakable was 70.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Unbreakable. What Split went down.
Split was only like
Maybe 40.
10,
10
less
million
than
or
that.
Was it
yeah.
10 million?
Yeah.
Really, really
They're
small.
working with Blumhouse, dude. They're all micro budgets.
Ah.
Yeah.
that 20 million is probably Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson.
Does Glass look like a $20 million movie? Because I hear like not much
Oh,
happens.
The scope of it is 20 million because it's mostly in one location.
Yeah.
You know?
But like, there's like the end stuff when they're like showing the skitty,
yeah.
the skyline, and there's like a shitty looking,
That's right.
obviously injected
CGI?
building.
Yeah.
It looks terrible. It looks
Yeah.
really bad. It was like they're building to something that it's like, okay, is this really? Like you had said, you'd seen all the trailers, and there was still you didn't see anything from
There
like
was nothing
a
like
final
on
battle.
the top of a building or anything
Right.
like that. I knew it was just going to be at the location, which was great. I was looking forward to that. And
Right.
then,
I would just say like see it for the filmmaking. You
yeah.
know?
I think it's worth seeing. I think you should
Yeah.
give it a shot, even if you know what happens. Apparently, I think you should give it a shot.
I won't.
The
All right.
thing, oddly enough, the
So
thing,
fuck
yeah.
me then.
So,
All right.
no, I
Yeah,
just
well,
I just
oddly
won't.
enough, the thing that excites me the most about it is that he's done with the superhero thing. He can go off and continue to do other things outside of this.
Keep working with Blumhouse. Keep
yes,
doing small
keep,
things.
keep doing small things. Keep working with Blumhouse. You know,
Yeah,
and
Split cost $9 million
Yeah.
to make.
crazy.
What do you guys think it made worldwide?
Worldwide,
100, 200,
120.
150.
270.
Whoa!
$270
Yes, wait.
million.
Committed to it. Man.
I would say for McAvoy alone is worth seeing.
That for Split.
No, I'm sorry for
Glass.
Split, obviously, but for
he does
Glass.
more in Glass.
Oh, and it's,
yeah.
and it's great.
Yeah.
Way more.
Oh,
like
okay.
everything. I think if there's one thing that is flawless in this movie, character and actor, I would say it's McAvoy and the Horde.
Yeah.
Like everything with him is spot on because he's not there to like explain anything.
He's just the character.
He's kind of the character, yeah. And
Yeah, he's great in everything he does.
he's fucking fantastic. He's
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, and everyone else is just fine. Again, they don't really do much with Bruce Willis. Like he doesn't. He's supposed to be like the main character. He just
you know everything that happens.
Pretty much. I know he dies.
Okay.
dies. In
I know
a,
everybody dies, right?
He
Everyone
does. He
dies.
dies in the worst way, man. Like
he
the
gets drowned in a
character-
puddle.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
how did he drown
I'm
in a
thinking
puddle?
they had like a more better death for him, but he just either didn't want to do it or he wasn't given the performance that they needed.
See,
Because
that's where we
the
go
rest of the movie is he's kind of asleep. You know.
See, that's the shitty thing we get because we like hear stuff from the industry, like, oh, were there reshoots? Were there this? Like, we can't think straight. Like, oh, that was the ending. You know,
It's just-
like now we think, like,
But
was that an
weren't you-
original idea or was it a reshoot?
Weren't you guys saying the David Dunn character in general is not like really dynamic?
He's very
and-
stoic. He's like
Doesn't matter,
very
but
straightforward.
The fact that this character was the first one you've introduced in this whole series, right?
Mm-hmm.
He deserved a better death than that. Than just him getting like him
Drowned
getting
in a puddle.
drowned into a puddle and Sarah Paulson being like, haha, and then drowning him again.
He doesn't
with,
have
like,
an arc.
no fucking final look, no glance, no line, nothing.
He's
Like,
the
come
only
on.
one that doesn't have an arc.
Wait,
One of
I
his-
understand the realism of
Yeah.
that, and I get that where it's like it's the way the fucking world
I
is.
would
I
say,
get that. It just sucked to watch.
Dennis, the one of the personalities has more of an arc than fucking
I'd
David
say
does.
most of the personality, Patricia too.
Oh,
Most,
yeah, all of
most
them come full circle.
McAvoy's personalities have more of an arc than David does. Yes.
Glass has a pretty great arc too. Yeah.
Wait, Sarah Paulson drowns David Dunn?
No, so spoilers again. So it's revealed that Sarah Paulson.
In like a rush 2 minutes, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah,
revealed.
It's very quickly because he touches her hand and he sees flashes of who she really is. And she's part of this organization that has started to prevent these super people to come into the light, like to actually like present themselves, because she says it's not fair.
For 10,000 years, this organization has kept superpowered individuals from exposing themselves to the world.
Which is a great idea, like a really great idea, but it happens all very, very quickly. And
so that's the twist at the end.
Yes and no. That's like one of them. There's like multiple ones, but the biggest thing is like revealing superheroes to the world, and that's like Mr. Glass's ultimate plan.
Wasn't it live streamed?
Yeah, like through the security footage, but even like the security footage isn't like, okay, he been to bar.
Yeah, it's nothing like groundbreaking. It's nothing different than like, okay, there's that guy in Florida who did fucking bath salts and he's going crazy eating people's faces. It's along those lines where like you can explain it and the internet will forget about it in 5 minutes.
It's like, oh my god, there's people among us.
It's not like the shit that was shown on the cameras is not gonna change the world.
I would have liked if they just. So throughout the movie, you see security camera footage, like you see the things that are eventually going to be shown to the rest of the world. I would have rather, because they showed again towards the end, to like, oh, this is what people are watching, and like Bruce Willis's kid, they're at a train station, they're like, he's like looking over, he sees someone watching footage on their phone.
Which was a great moment.
It's a great moment.
Love that. That was the one final button on the David story that I did like.
But I would have liked if they just didn't show the footage. Like you got the impression that the world was seeing that all these superheroes exist.
Why is the footage like kind of corny?
Again, it's like footage that's not groundbreaking. Like, okay, the guy could be hopped up on drugs. You know, it's like that's the thing.
It's not
that's
a guy flying or something,
right? Exactly.
What are the superpowers though? Because I haven't even seen Unbreakable.
Bruce Willis is super strong.
And
he can bend steel, and he can, when he touches someone, he can see like all the evil that they've done.
Yes, it's like an ESP sort of
His weakness is water, which is why when you put him in a puddle, he drowns.
That's his kryptonite.
Again, a terrible death for a great character. But
oh no, 3 feet of water.
Yeah, Mr. Glass, he has a bone deficiency. He has like a real disease where his bones can break easily
just
like
by
glass.
touching him.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. So he's like super fragile.
He's super intelligent,
yeah,
though.
that's like his super villain power. And then obviously the Horde, he's got DID, but he can transform into a beast.
The Horde is James McAvoy.
Yes.
DID is dissociative identity disorder.
Yep. Yeah. And the great thing about him in this movie is that James McAvoy, the Horde, is that they created this device where every time they flash a light on him, which can be seen as kind of cheesy, but it creates really great moments. Every time they flash the light, he changes the personality. So you get all these great... There's like this one shot where it's like circling around where Mr. Glass is trying to undo the thing, and they keep flashing and different personalities keep coming out, and it's all one take. It's fucking great.
That sounds cool.
It's really good.
He does almost all of his...
He does like 20-something personalities in this entire movie.
But does he change wardrobes?
They're all... no, not
that's
all.
What I thought was silly and Split, where he's like, hold on, wait a minute, let me go change into my Patricia outfit.
I like that.
No, since he's in like a psych ward, he keeps the same uniform on the whole movie.
Oh, that's way better than like, hold on, let me put my...
And you could tell he's changing just by off his facial expressions, which is even cooler.
And body movement, too.
Yeah.
Did you like the flashing?
Yeah.
Okay,
I thought it was kind of funny, like, you can close your eyes.
Yeah.
Go like this.
I think I was watching.
The rules of the.
Yeah.
It was either Jeremy Jahns or Chris Stuckman. One of them was saying like, okay, maybe you can, just.
But I
close
don't
your
care
eyes
that much about it. I'm not a plot hole guy where I'm like, oh, he could have easily done that. If the story's effective, I'm fine with it.
I think Johns was saying.
I just thought that was funny.
John pointed out in his review, like the movie starts off, and the first part is David Dunn's movie. The second part, when they're at the institution, for the most part, is the Horde's movie, and then the last act is like Mr. Glass's movie. So it's like those 3 acts are dedicated.
Hey there.
To speaking of a beast, are dedicated to each of the characters, and so maybe it's just a little bit too much for M. Night to chew.
I think that's what I saw. That there's no real protagonist, so there's no one to like relate to
jumping back and
like
forth.
Follow.
Yeah,
but maybe like if it was like a miniseries or something.
Yeah. And like Anya Taylor-Joy didn't need to be in the movie. I get why she is in it, because it's like each main character has their secondary character. So like David Dunn has a son, Mr. Glass has his mom, the Horde has Casey. So like they all have their through lines with each other.
Does she have a shotgun in this movie?
No, she does not.
No,
that would have been the best.
Although I thought her thing, like when again, I guess we're still spoiling this. When McAvoy dies,
that was beautiful.
That was a beautifully acted scene by McAvoy. Oh my god!
Because like,
how does he die?
he gets shot when he's not the Beast. He gets shot when he's Kevin.
Okay.
So he kills him.
But like he's dying in her arms as Hedwig. So it's like Hedwig.
He dies as all the personalities, not all of them, a bunch of them like spring out one after one, like they're all terrified. And then at the end, Kevin's like, yeah, they're all scared, but I got this. I'll take care of the light or whatever. And it's actually really beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Is Hedwig the little kid?
Yes.
Okay.
That was. He's like, I like being 9. I felt so bad.
It's
during
heartbreaking.
That. But I thought it was weird that like Anya Taylor-Joy connected with him so much, considering he killed her 2 friends.
Right.
Now I know they weren't really her friends because they invited her to the thing as a pity. I watched Split. I get that. But like,
he
I don't know.
murdered them.
He murdered them and held her hostage.
Shoot them up and everything.
They were trying to really harken on like the relationship between her and Hedwig, because that was like her thing.
Which was the funniest joke in the movie. When she's holding the hand.
Oh,
he's like, you like Kevin now?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah. But I was worried that he was going to go in the route like she was going to be like a Charles Manson like lover supporter kind of thing. Like she was going to fall in love. I was so glad they didn't go that route. Yeah.
So was that supposed to be funny, that the hand holding moment, or is that like unintentionally funny?
That was funny.
It was
funny.
Like,
that was
everything. Everything. Like all the humor mostly comes from him. Yeah. And it's great. Actually, there was another moment where some random institution worker, it gets like a clear Marvel type joke where like it's coming, it cuts to him and he's talking to a security guard. It cuts it away to a serious moment, then it cuts back to him, and it's just he's like
still
a certain
doing jokes.
Yeah. But
it
is actually really funny. And then M. Night's cameo.
Does he make a cameo?
He makes a cameo.
Yeah, it's a really good one, actually.
A lot of people are saying they don't like it. I think it's his best one. Because I think all of his cameos are bad. But
okay, here's the thing. When we were at the screening for it, everyone was loving it, laughing and stuff, because they all knew who that was.
Yeah.
When I saw it the other day, like no one watching knew who M. Night looks like. So it was like when the movie pauses for laughs, like no one was really laughing.
Oh, and so like they set him up to make like this grand entrance, and then like hold for applause.
Yeah,
and like nobody applauded.
Well, because it's a more fleshed out role. So
it's not just him making it.
It's the same role that he plays in Unbreakable.
Yeah. So he cameos in every movie.
Yeah.
And in Unbreakable, he cameos as like thank you. He cameos as like David accidentally touches like his shoulder or something like that, and he sees a vision that he's like drug dealing at the stadium where he's working at.
Ooh.
So then in Split, he's cameoed as like
a different person.
He's cameoed as the security guy with the Dr. Fletcher, the old lady,
on the
right?
computer where he's like, ooh.
Yeah. So in Glass, David and his son run like a security business together, and he's there to buy a new security thing, and he mentions like, oh yeah, a lady, because this movie takes place 3 weeks after Split. So
I saw that was a bad idea too.
I think it was fine. I think the only problem with that is like Anya Taylor-Joy is like, okay, she's over it already in like 3 weeks. She's not like suffering from anything
from her friends being
she's
brutally murdered.
Yeah, and she's already in like an orphanage, not an orphanage, but like a family home. Anyways, foster home. But so he's in and he's buying new cameras, and he mentions like, an old lady in our complex died, and everyone's kind of freaked out, so we're kind of up in the security. And then he like looks at Bruce Willis's character, and he's like, "Hey, do you remember me? I used to be like in a really bad place back in the day, and you like chased me down or something like that."
Change it all with a positive thinking.
Yes,
it was funny, but everyone in the press screen got it, but no one in the audience did, so it was really awkward, and it was just silent for 5 seconds.
It was I also saw it as like a little like, because he said like, "Oh yeah, I used to like be in some really bad shit, but now I'm a lot better now." I saw that as like as like a nod to him saying like, "Yeah, I did some shitty movies, but I'm kind of like trying to come back now."
The other joke that I think failed both times that I saw it was when Bruce Willis and his kid are looking at the computer, and he's like, "Do me a favor, don't call me the Tiptoe Man again."
Oh yeah.
And then he just kind of like smiles at his son. It lingers there for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be hilarious.
Yeah, it was. And crickets. Both fucking times I saw it. Yeah.
Wait, why is that a funny joke?
Because like the Tiptoe Man is what the people used to call Bruce Willis's character, something like that. It's a silly name. Yeah.
From Unbreakable, the movie 20 years ago.
No. I can't. Just watch the movie. I'm not going to explain a bad joke.
But
I'll explain a good one.
It's a bad joke.
Yeah.
But the best thing about the movie is that the first 20 minutes is like David trying to find the horde, and he finds him like right away. And they duke it out within the first like 20 to 30 minutes.
The fight scene?
Yeah, and then they eventually get captured and thrown into the institution. So it's like that traditional sequel is in the first like 20 minutes. Because otherwise the whole movie would have been like him trying to hunt down the horde and find him. But they get it out of the way, and then they were locked into this institution.
And that's a good thing?
I like that. Yeah, because I like the story in the institution. Really, it just falls apart for me at the end.
Oh, for you, it's the ending. It's not the whole.
Yeah. Well, aside from the obvious stuff on the nose.
Well, because Cody's saying the beginning's now tough to get through.
It's like I almost fell asleep like during like the third like. Hi, I'm Sarah Paulson, and you are not actually superheroes. Like the fourth time she fucking says it, I'm like, all right, just fucking move along here.
Because her whole thing is trying to convince them that they're not superheroes the whole time. Yeah. So
that's what that line in the trailer is like. You think you're some kind of heroes from a comic book movie.
Which there's a great scene when that scene in the trailer where they're in the pink room is her pretty much like trying to twist it around, saying you're not real.
It's a great scene, but that's also might have been the only one that you needed from that.
Oh yeah, the
rather
whole
than
thing.
doing that again with all three characters individually and then doing that scene, like you should have just done that one scene and then
so they repeat the
do
same
more with the story.
They repeat the same beats,
kind of. Yeah,
like, I think you're not a superhero. You're
the
not
idea
a superhero.
was like it was trying to show that progression, so that way they're not just rushing right into it. But oddly enough, it does feel a little bit rushed for them to like, oh fuck, maybe I'm not a superhero. Maybe I just had a lot of adrenaline and I've been to bar or something like that. You know.
The score was great, by the way. The score is
really
great.
Good. I see people shitting on
it.
The
third act, when like everyone goes outside and shit's going down, like
it's like a ticking time bomb.
It's so fucking
really
good. I'm like, that's when the first time I saw it, I was getting so amped during that. I was like, oh.
I saw people complaining that they didn't play enough Unbreakable stuff, and it's just like
it's a different composer.
It's a different composer. He does use the same score from Unbreakable a couple of times, but it's like, do you want like? That's the thing with scores in movies when people are like, "Oh, I wish they played the Superman theme more."
You'd have to pay the fucking composer millions of dollars.
Well, not only that, but that's just like manipulating your feelings towards the scene, and that's just like let it do its own thing. And then if it wants to bring back a certain score for a moment that is earned, then yes, you can do that. But don't use the score to enhance a scene.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, so it's good. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Yeah.
5.
5.
Yeah. Sarah Paulson better than this or Bird Box?
That's
fucking honestly.
It's hard because she's.
I mean, she's better in this. She's better in Glass.
She's not much of anything. It's really
in which one?
In
Bird Box, she doesn't really have much to do.
Nah. It's hilarious when she gets spoiled. She gets hit by a car or a big giant truck. It's hilarious.
Oh, you thought that was funny?
Laughed.
Yeah, I laughed. Right. I was like, ah.
Yeah, because that parts like that were reminiscent of The Happening.
Where's this score from?
This is Glass.
Oh, I haven't listened to it yet. I forgot that it
this
came
is
out
the
this
one
weekend.
I was talking about, but this is a good theme too.
It's like the whole thing. Like I don't know, like.
Oh, this is the one kind of from Split.
Sounds like a little.
Would it be Unraveling Parking Lot?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Do that one.
Which one? I said 2.
Oh, I thought that was 1. Okay.
Parking Lot.
Parking Lot.
Let me see. Let's see if it gets to.
Who?
Yes.
Yeah.
This one. This is badass.
There's a great moment too where, so David and the Horde. So James McAvoy and Bruce Willis, they get locked in their rooms, and their rooms are separate from like on the opposite side. And
which I thought was a little convenient.
Of course, but there's like a great
it's a movie.
There's a great moment where their doors are open because they're getting food, and their doors are closing, and they make eye contact with each other, and the camera's like zooms in. It's like super like old school 1970s type horror where it's like zooming in. You like that little like that little sting comes up, and it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, they already fought once, so it's like, wait till they fight again. It's cool shit.
Yeah.
Would you see? Oh, because you're a fan of Glass. Cody, would you see Glass or Bird Box again?
Bird Box is so long.
A week ago, I would have said Glass, but I probably need to see Bird Box again.
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, this thing in Glass is 2 hours and 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like
it's
it,
around
though.
the same length.
Never. I mean, I got to see it again, but it never lingered for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It just did the second time. First time was flawless. It was going by fine. And
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Second time I was like, all right, let's get going.
The same thing with Split happened because when I rewatched both Unbreakable and Split in prep for Glass, and when I rewatched Split, I found myself. Oh, it's so good. I found myself not so much watching just for the story, but again for the filmmaking.
The filmmaking.
Like, I'm paying attention to how he's shooting things, and it's just like, oh, it's so good.
Okay, how can you say that Aronofsky's full of himself when Shyamalan is giving all? He's like, I made the hue yellow for these guys who are like sophisticated and all that shit. He's tweeting all that shit out.
Yeah.
About the filmmaking. That's not kind of pretentious.
I love that we can't say filmmaking the same way anymore. Like even when you're saying it casually, like because of the filmmaking.
Yeah,
it's like, why are you saying it like
tainted.
it's ruined?
Was that first introduced? When did we say that first? Was that the last episode?
Last episode.
Okay.
You said.
I can't remember if that was that or the commentary. But I don't know.
This bottle opener was $10.50.
Yeah.
In Hawaiian dollars.
In Hawaiian dollars. Damn it. Beat me by fucking 10 seconds, you asshole. God damn it.
So it's like $1.50.
Yeah.
America.
Their currency over there is completely different.
They don't have as much of it. It's a small island, you know? You gotta be careful.
You pay in pebbles.
Yeah.
God damn it. Anyways, why
forgot
is
what we
that?
were saying.
Why is that? I don't know. I have to give Mother another shot.
I have to give it another shot too. I only watched it once
And you love it so much
because I love the filmmaking.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I don't know, because maybe it's different because it's a sequel, part of a trilogy, as opposed to just like a one-off. I don't know. You know,
Might also be because I just don't like Aronofsky that much.
Oh, you don't
True.
like him either?
Yeah.
Wow.
he
you
comes
fucking
off
guys.
as more
He comes
pretentious
off.
than M. Night does.
M. Night at least is like, yeah, I fucked up. I'm sorry.
M.
I'm trying
Night's
to
more
be.
humble.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
He may be getting back to that level that he was.
Yeah.
I
where
feel like he was
he's,
getting a
over
big head
himself.
about
Yeah.
Is this only because of his Twitter?
Well, yeah, because he's
Why don't you
tweeting.
unfollow him, Brian?
I don't. You know the reason I see him? Because
he
Copster likes them all the time. It's like Copster like
I
this.
hate that Twitter does that.
It's
where
not
like, it
my
shows you
fault.
what people like.
It is not my
Yeah.
fault that Twitter changed that. I don't retweet.
I don't follow M. Night
No,
Shyamalan.
I don't-
I see that
yeah,
you like.
I
every
like
You
his
movie.
stuff.
see every tweet he does because he likes it.
I'm not retweeting it either,
No,
because
because
that's
you
different.
like it.
You
I'm
know?
so like conscious of that now. Like when I
Yeah.
like something, I'm like, all right,
Will this show
make
up?
sure. So I try to only like really funny things.
Fix your settings. Maybe you can fix it to where he says, "Don't show all the like."
Or I
tweets."
could just mute M. Night.
Yeah, that's true too. Just watch his interview. If you see his interviews, the presence of like an Aronofsky or a Shyamalan are completely different. Shyamalan is just like a regular dude who obviously seems like he loves making movies. Where if Aronofsky, he's like,
It's like a burden to tell
Yes.
his story.
Oh. He's got his circle glasses and his
just
scarf.
can't.
It was an experience to go
Yeah,
through.
when I was making Mother, and he's just
Can't
like
even say the word. Oh God, I'm speaking in a British accent now.
He's from New York.
yeah, he's from New York.
You know for a fact Aronofsky's the guy who would actually start talking in a British accent.
He's literally.
Did you
like,
watch Redler
from
Media's
Brooklyn.
review of Mother? Where he
Yeah.
called him like a taxi driver or something like that.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, got some fucking guy random.
He looks like a guy because he wears the scarves and the tiny glasses.
Yeah.
But he talks like a cab driver from like Brooklyn.
Yeah.
For the record, I like Aronofsky and his work. I'm just
Yeah,
joking.
he's
but
really good at his
He's very good
filmmaking.
at his job. I'm just poking fun.
Yeah. So there you go. Those are Bird Box / Glass spoilers. Let's
Yeah.
get into
Oh
that.
wait. He said I chose Orchid.
Orchid.
OCHRE.
Orchard.
Orchard?
No, Orchard.
Orchid.
Wait, HRE?
OCHRE. The fuck is that?
Ochre?
Yeah.
All right.
I chose orchard or mustard for the beast because this color is associated with religious ceremonies, Hindu and Buddhist. A monk's robe. I see the beast as an
Okay.
evangelist, a preacher who wants to help save the broken. That's just from his Twitter.
Okay, but you're reading
that's
it
a
like
good
fucking
thing
asshole.
for a director to do.
Yeah.
Your
Like-
issue with the fact is that he's telling people about
Yeah.
it, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
He's
fair.
getting a little full of
That's
himself.
fair. That's
He's getting a
fair.
little full of himself.
I think that's a cool behind the
But I
scenes
think
tidbit.
I think as a director, that's good.
That's really
you
good.
should do
Yeah.
that.
You see, yeah, that shows like you care about the work
Yeah.
and the behind the
Right.
scenes
You're
and
like,
all
oh,
that
he's
shit.
wearing yellow because it's different than green and purple. It's a different color.
No, like
Yeah.
I chose the hue because the film showed up like that in post.
I mean, I was like, fuck it.
We left the light on,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
couldn't color balance
Yeah.
it.
Or then he says, finally, I chose purple for Mr. Glass because this color has been associated with royalty, majestic qualities. Elijah sees himself as important, a main character of comics.
Yeah.
I don't
Also,
think that's pretentious. I think it's just
I think
that's
he's full
being
of himself.
excited about your
Yeah.
material and wanting
Don't
to
tell me
share it with
that.
your fans, man.
Don't tell me that.
Also,
Sorry
this
for
is
peeking.
this has been a movie or franchise rather that he's been doing for over like 20 years now, or been wanting to make for 20 years.
So make it good. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, all right.
Right? I'm
Where's
just
the
kidding.
Bird Box? Where's she? Where's Suzanne Beer? Was that her name?
Yes.
The screenwriter or
Yeah,
director?
it's the director, yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
she? Where's her tweets?
She doesn't have to. She's
The
lets
best
them-
thing
she lets them
directors can
speak for
do is
themselves.
get the fuck off Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
just
what
not
they
say
should
anything?
do.
Yeah.
I can see. Okay, if he's doing like a commentary, the director's commentary track, and he's saying like, "I chose this,"
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I can see that. But if you're going on Twitter and saying like all this shit, like, okay,
I think there's
I don't
worse
know,
things
man.
to say as a director.
Yeah,
Like Chris McQuarrie is great follow. Scott Derrickson's a great follow as well. They're always just answering people's questions. Like people were asking, like, "Oh, how do you like when before the Blu-ray came out? They were like, how'd you guys do the skydiving sequence or the Halo jump rather?" And he's like, "Oh, we did 3 different shots, and we coordinated it and we made it work."
yeah. He tweeted something that like because there's a shot of Tom Cruise running, they're like, "Oh yeah, we just like picked up that
Yeah,
day." And
yeah,
like,
that was like it took 20 minutes.
yeah, and Cruise just like took off, and we just had to follow him. Like, that's cool.
It's fucking cool. Now he's coming back for 2 more. Fuck yeah.
And you guys have the book at Collider, the Mother book. Have you seen that? Like
No.
underneath the TV that has like the whole layout of the house and everything.
Oh,
Mother?
really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's fucking crazy.
Okay.
Filmmaking.
Film
Okay.
making.
Speaking of filmmaking, housekeeping.
Oh yeah, we're doing a show.
Yeah, patreon.com/wangers. I'll get through this quick. $1 tier, we got $3, $5, $10. A lot of great stuff on there. You know, $1 you get the show early. You get sketches and short films. Speaking of which, we got a brand new one out on the channel right now. The world has finally met Chet Barney,
Yeah.
and
Thanks
it
for
is
the
glorious.
reception, everybody. That was
It's been
fun.
great. Yeah, it's nice.
cool,
Sometimes I feel like people are too nice, but I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I don't
I'll take it.
like to let it get to my head.
We don't like universal praise.
there was a couple dislikes.
like give me some.
Yeah.
Tell me I suck.
Tell us why we're not good. So yeah, that's kind of how it's gonna be going every month. Sketch or a short film, and it was nice. It was nice to release that, and you know, have like an amateur hour films video out. You know,
Yeah.
because we used to do it so much, and you know, it's nice to have that stuff. We like doing that stuff more. You know, commentaries are cool and everything, but we like being creative, and I felt like that was a cool collaborative effort between
Yeah.
all of us. And also, if you're a Patreon supporter, you get access to our Discord.
stole
And
the words
Cody,
out of my mouth.
I'm sorry.
You
And
had
Cody,
those words.
I was ready. Oh, just in case you didn't say it, I was ready to get to go.
straight,
But
man. Come
go
on,
ahead.
come
Go on.
Discord. If you're on our Patreon, you can get access to that. And Cody released the entire script for Chet Barney, so you can actually see what was actually translated on the screen or what we kind of improvised. So it's really, really cool to see
About
that.
7.5 pages.
Yeah,
It's a quick
we
read.
were joking before of doing the little video to
the script to screen thing that you see on Twitter.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll do that. I
Yeah.
don't know. Would you guys want that?
That'd
Let
be
us know
funny.
if you
Yeah.
guys want that.
It's funny that we shot that in like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Less than that. We
Was it
shot it in
less
like
than
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
we kind of rushed towards the end because I had to leave after.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're like, oh shit, what can we?
Yeah.
Not.
We did one
shoot?
pickup
Yeah.
shoot. We did
Like-
a couple pickup shoots of you
Oh, with the audio?
with the audio, and then I did a couple of extra shots of the Blu-ray set.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you have like inserts of yourself, like that you shot separately?
No.
Okay, I was like, because I don't remember you shooting that like just like parts of you.
Oh, like the Brian, that part.
Some
When you're waving at the camera?
Yeah.
That was really
Yeah.
fun.
I was
Oh
like,
well, that was all part. So there was one shot where you're looking at the Blu-ray set, and then you look over, and I thought that would be funny if just randomly as Cody's like losing his mind, and like the camera's going over,
Oh,
you just see me waving. I just thought that was just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That
And
was
we
funny.
broke the 180-degree rule. I'm sorry.
Who cares?
I don't give a fuck. I'm
Tweet
not
it
sorry
out.
anymore.
Talk about your filmmaking.
Yeah.
film
exactly.
Making.
So check it out. Chet Barney is up right. Actually, boom, it's right up here. It's somewhere above me. They have like little cards.
one of the
saying-
annotation
Yeah,
thing,
you
huh?
can go ahead and check that out right there. And if you're on our Patreon, we released a bloopers / behind the scenes video where you can see alternate takes that we did, which some people thought some of the alternate takes were funnier too. That was nice.
One guy.
There's one
One
guy.
guy. Okay.
We
All
read
right.
the comments too. We
Damn.
read the
All
comments
right.
too.
We always say
Yeah.
it's one guy. Like everybody
Everybody
loves
like
it.
that one
Classic
guy.
YouTube.
That one guy speaks for everybody.
Uh,
So you can check that out. And then this weekend on Patreon, you're going to see a video of me actually organizing the Blu-ray set. It's not going to be like, oh shit, they're coming for us.
that's-
It's not going to be like
was playing
me
music.
showing one by one. It's just going to be like a cool little montage. Just something extra for the Patreon peeps. So you guys can check that out. And then this Thursday, we got a commentary coming out. The Fast and the Furious,
oh boy.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, we watched this one.
If you see me in Tokyo.
Yep.
That's the song.
Not a good movie.
That's the song. So check that out. We're continuing along the hashtag family franchise. So you can check that out on patreon.com just for $3. Anyone who pledges for $3 gets all the stuff from the $1 tier as well as commentaries. And we're also releasing a new commentary highlights of Tokyo Drift, which will probably be out sometime this week. But if you don't want to pledge to us on Patreon for the $3, you can simply buy Tokyo Drift commentary on our Bandcamp site, which is in the top of the description right there. You can find that. And then, hey, $5 tier, we do Twitch streams. Wanger Pitch, we got to do a Wanger Pitch soon.
Yep.
We got a Wanger
Super
Pitch.
Mario Brothers is the next one.
I know you got one.
Yeah, I've been working on it a lot.
And then we got $10 and $5 and $10. You guys get shout outs on the channel at the end of this video. So if you want to join us there, and phone calls will be returning. Once we get settled with a 100 episode in the new studio, we will establish stuff. We want to do more streaming stuff as well. Resident Evil 2, by the time this is coming out, it'll be coming out on this weekend. I might actually, maybe like after our New York trip, Cody and I are going to New York.
Oh!
Check it out. I
Anyone
think
in New York? Any Wangers fans? You guys want to hang out?
if you guys
No.
if any
No?
Wanger fans are
No.
going to the Shimoda Online event, come say hi to us.
All right.
And wear your Wanger shirt. That'd be dope. after the New York trip, I'm probably going to stream some Resident Evil 2 because that game's coming out. I've been playing it actually right now. I got a review copy.
So this is a remake of Resident Evil 2?
A remake.
Oh, whoa! Speaking of monsters, wow!
Oh, the horror just showed up now.
Oh.
It's actually the horror. No. But yeah, so I'll be streaming that. That'll be a lot of
Interesting
fun.
song choice. Oh,
Yeah.
New York, I get it.
Yeah. So all those things, Patreon is our baby. If you want to pledge to us, check out all those things. We got a new special video coming out next month and the month after. We're working on a lot of really cool stuff. And also subscribe to the channel. We actually got a lot of cool. We got more subscriptions on Amateur Hour Films.
Did we?
That was cool. Yeah,
Cool.
we're at like 2,700.
Nice.
We're up there, yo. We're fucking making the big bucks. So subscribe to Amateur Hour Films. Also, this show here is on iTunes and Spotify. It's simply The Wanger Show. Subscribe to that, rate, review. It helps the show grow. And finally, we've got a merch store where you can get that shirt. But we also got new designs of shirts.
New ones.
There's a couple people who actually have. A lot of the fans that won giveaways are repping it, which is really cool. So you should rep it as well. Top of the description, you can find the Patreon, the Bandcamp, and the merch stores. Click all those links if you guys want to buy all different things. Support the show. And we're working on a lot of cool stuff. Like I said, we got scripts flying left and right.
They're in the air. We got to catch all the pages.
Got to catch up. There's too many pages.
Get over here, Paige.
2019 started off with a bang. Oh, and we got a new Wanger's drive-thru that's going to be coming out eventually soon. We've been teasing that. It's crazy.
I don't know the fucking words. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the show.
Real quick, guys. Did I tell you I met a fan at a bar a couple weeks ago?
No.
Weeks ago.
All right.
Where
So
was this bar?
this was Lamppost Pizza in Corona. Went there
You
for.
still got a lamppost out there?
Yeah.
Dude.
It was closed down and they reopened it a couple years ago.
Dude.
Anyway, this was my buddy's friend who I'd never met before. And we met him at the bar and he's like, "Oh, you're Cody from Schmoes." And I was like, "Oh." I'm like, "Yeah." And like, I never met this person before. He was just a mutual friend of my friend. And it was so exciting. Didn't talk the rest of the night.
A mutual
but
friend of your friend
yeah. He was a friend of, he was a friend of my friend.
is a fan of Schmoes.
Yeah.
But not
he knew me.
Wanger.
He knew me from Schmoes. I don't think he knew me from Wangers. But
Wow.
yeah, I
Friend
was
of
like,
my
wow.
friend is an enemy.
He was rooting for the Cowboys that day. So.
This is way
I want to
back
be
then.
a cowboy, baby.
Go back to Kid Rock.
I always wonder, like, I know it's stupid, like, I'll never get recognized outside, but I wonder, like, if I am, like, if I'm in, like, sweatpants.
Yeah,
and,
they
like,
recognized you?
No. Well, no, like, around here, like, if I'm just shopping
okay.
at, like, the store in, like, sweatpants and sandals and shit, they're like, "Oh, you're the guy from Schmoes, huh?"
That was like the time I got recognized at a GameStop. And I think he was just a Collider fan. And he's like, "Oh, you're Copster, right? Collider?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I love your guys' stuff." And then Amber was with me. She had a Wanger shirt on. She's like, "Look at my shirt." I was like, "He doesn't know what that is."
She said that?
Yeah, she's like, "Look at my shirt." I was like, "Oh, yeah, it's my face on a shirt."
And what did he say? He's like,
He's like,
what
"Oh,
the fuck
cool,
is
man."
Wanger?"
That'll be
He's like, cool.
$64 for that game.
Yeah. So you want to pre-order that, or what's going on? So
Nice.
yeah,
That's all I got there.
it wasn't fire.
I mean, I don't understand why interaction with a person would be fire, but
Yeah,
I
I don't
appreciate
get
the effort to try to
The
segue
kids
into
say
these
that.
documentaries.
The kids say that. Oh, that
Who's
is
at
fire.
fault?
Fire. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, guys, we got to talk about the Fyre Festival.
Oh, is that what we
documentary.
got to talk about? Wow, why don't we
gotta talk
say
about
so? We should have segued
I said
better.
fire.
This shit is on
Man,
fire.
you
It's
did
sitting
so
on the
much
Twitter
better,
thing.
Brian.
All
Oh,
right.
man.
There's 2 docs out right
Yeah.
now.
Are there?
Yeah. There's one on Hulu called Fyre Fraud,
Ooh, okay.
and there's one on Netflix. I don't know the name of it.
It's called Fire. The party that
The
big
greatest party that never happened.
Yes.
or
Is it
something
just
like
called
that.
Fire?
Yeah.
Make
With
subtitle.
the
Yeah,
greatest party that
colon.
never happened.
Colon is what
Yes,
it's
there you
colon.
go.
the
I
two
always
dots,
like- I like the colon.
Never knew when to do the semicolon back in the day. Remember
Oh,
that?
it's when you don't know if you want to do a period or a comma
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Mark Ellis has emailed me with a semicolon
Mark,
use.
what are you doing?
He doesn't
And
know.
I'm like,
Is he
this
doing the
fucking-
proper
this
use?
fucking-
Is he
I
doing the
think so.
proper use? As long as he's doing it properly, I don't care.
I'm like, this fucking guy uses semicolons as emails. I'm like, come on, just use a period.
He uses the semicolon parentheses smile too. I'm like, what are you winking at me for? Come
Ooh,
on.
that's weird. But so I saw. Can I say I saw both of these documentaries twice
Oh,
Why?
interesting.
because this shit is fascinating to me.
Okay. All right. So you've only seen the Netflix
I've
one.
seen the Netflix one once.
The Netflix one?
Netflix. That's a
There's a lot of nuts
spin-off there.
involved with
Hey-o.
this.
I've seen the Netflix documentary one time.
Okay, I've seen both of them once.
One time.
Which one do you like better?
It's
hard, right?
It's hard to explain.
I like the Netflix one better.
But when you watch the Hulu one, you understand why that's not a good one to like.
Oh.
Because Jerry Media created the Netflix one, and they were part of
the
promoting the
really?
Fyre Festival.
It's a little biased.
Yeah.
Not only that, the Hulu one, they actually interview.
That's all anyone
Billy-
ever wants to fucking say. I know. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But
I'm sorry, was that not a hot take?
No, that was not a hot
I
take.
wasn't trying to be.
Yeah.
There's good and bad because in the Hulu one, they do interview Billy McFarland. He doesn't say much because a lot of the times he's like, I can't comment at the time, but the criminal proceedings I'm at. But the one on Netflix has people that were like on the grounds,
Which I liked.
and they have the footage
It's
of
like
that.
if they would have just like if
Combined.
they came together as like it's like
Could
a
have been
series.
a super doc.
Yeah.
Like that would have been great.
Because the Hulu one has Billy McFarland, but then the rest of it is just like bloggers and like kind of attendees.
The Hulu doc was more focused on the idea of the influencer's perspective of the entire thing.
Okay.
And I felt like the Hulu one was more like they weren't holding back. Not to say that the Netflix one was holding back, but the Hulu one felt like they were like gunning to destroy these people.
To destroy Billy.
Yes.
Yeah, which
The
I
Hulu
like.
one was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the Hulu one feels like more well researched and goes into like the behind the scenes or like the history of Billy, of who this guy is. It's like a character study, and they like,
origin story,
And their thesis is like this guy was scamming people from the beginning, right? Whereas Netflix was like, oh, he's in over his head, he doesn't really know what he's doing, and then it just kind of falls apart, like the greatest party that never happened.
Right. There's a couple overlapping things, like one of the influencers, like the guy who created the
Fyre fraud account.
Yes,
Yeah.
like he's also
cool.
in the Hulu
Yeah.
doc.
Oh, he is?
Yeah,
That's what I was wondering. Was anyone in both documentaries?
Yeah, that guy.
Just that guy?
And Seth.
The influencer dude?
No, the goofy looking guy who's like balding.
Yes,
He's
yeah.
like,
Yeah. No, he's the influencer that pretends to be like a pretentious asshole or something.
Oh yeah,
like that.
he's like, oh yeah, I made a fake influencer account just to like poke fun at influencers.
Yes, yeah. And he got invited to the festival.
Or was he invited or did he pay?
I thought he went to the festival. Maybe.
I thought he just paid.
Maybe he just paid.
Oh, but no, and then the Hulu one just talks about like the whole influencer thing because they have influencers on, like that Austin guy, and that Alyssa girl,
something like that.
And then, but then my favorite part of that was like, you call yourselves influencers, like what? Or your brand? What do you mean by your brand? And they're like, well, it's just like being positive and like, you know,
the guy says that.
So stupid.
The guy says that, and then it cuts to the girl. She's like, oh, I don't know, just creating a positive outlet for people. Like she says the exact same fucking thing. Like it is crazy.
Like these people are just like brand
ridiculous.
idiots who are just like pumped out by these agencies to like have this fake lifestyle. They're failed actors.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, who are just like on Instagram.
I was texting one of my buddies from high school because he saw it too. He's like, I think the word influencer is like the worst thing that is in any of our generations. Like it's just awful.
It's the dumbest thing ever. And in Hulu, one of the bloggers or something is like, oh yeah, these people are brave because they're putting their life on Twitter for and like exposing themselves for like our benefits. I'm like, fuck off. Like these guys don't have to do that. But
you get paid $200,000 to fucking post something.
That was crazy though. But that's what I enjoyed about this festival. It's like this festival was never meant to happen. And you can see that from the Hulu doc, that he never intended on doing any of this.
Yeah.
And it was all a scam, but he sold the idea so well. And that's what's so easy nowadays because of the Kendall Jenners and the Emily Ratajkowskis who have millions
Good
of followers.
pronunciation of the last name. That's a tough last name to get. And I'm proud
I feel
of
like
you,
you
buddy.
Googled that name a lot.
I feel like you watched the documentaries. You buy it twice each one.
For her.
Okay. Yeah.
Just for her. I'm like, wow, she's in this?
She's in Gone Girl, by the way. Go on.
Great. Yeah.
Who is she in that?
She's
she shows her
mistress.
titties in that.
Yeah. The one who Ben Affleck banged.
Yeah, you see the Emily Ratajkowski titties.
She's a great actress.
Yeah. Wonderful. Talented.
That's why I'm like, okay, like she's an act. She's want to be an actress, but like, but like this whole fucking influence thing of like fear
It's
of
hard to
missing
take
out.
somebody serious when they do stuff like that, I guess.
What?
Would it be like to be an influencer / actor?
But then it's like it's everyone's fault because like no one forced people to buy these $200,000 packages and anything. But it's these kids who have like daddy and mommy's credit card who are like, oh, I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of that. If I'm not a part of it, I'm missing out. I'm not part of the thing.
The idea of the festival it wasn't for like the regular consumer. It was for
That's part of the reason why it's so funny and so fascinating, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of. I know not everyone who went to the festival is rich with parents who paid for everything.
Right.
There's people who got screwed over, and I feel bad for that. But
in a way,
the majority of the people,
yeah,
it's pretty funny.
But then there has been stories like a guy paid like $500 for a ticket. So it's like okay, like you can
regular
like
people.
you can pay that off in a credit card in like a few payments or something. So it's not like they paid $10,000 per ticket.
Yeah, in the Netflix one, they were saying like people were reaching out to try to get their money back from their Coachella tickets to transfer it over to the Fyre Festival.
Or even the artists or like
the companies, like the booking companies and stuff like that, were trying to do that. I think something like that.
Yeah, they're like, I want to take my investment out of Coachella and put it in this Fyre Festival.
Yeah,
but it's so good and just like explaining like the nonsense of just like conning people.
Right.
And I think like you can tell like this guy had no he didn't want to he didn't want to pull this off, because if he had any like, if he listened to anybody, he would have like put it off a year, because everyone was saying like it takes a year to pull this off.
Yeah. And he tried getting it together in like 6 weeks or something like that. Yeah.
Or from like January to April or something, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Fyre Festival come in April."
Yeah,
that was the craziest moment. The moment that made
jaw rule.
jaw. The moment that made my jaw literally drop was the coordinator guy when Billy told him.
Yeah.
He's like, as our residential gay coordinator. Would you suck a dick to help?
To save the festival.
To save the festival. I'm like, water. Are you? And he's like, I was about to do it. I was
like, I took a shower.
Are you fucking kidding me? But that is crazy.
That I don't know what that guy does. Like, what the fuck does he do?
He's like an event planner.
Yeah, same area.
He's been planning events for a while.
I believe is what he said. Yeah,
but I guess that like shows Billy's charm.
Yeah.
Where like he almost had this guy suck a dick,
yes,
just to get water for these festival attendees. That's
and the guy was fortunate that the other guy was just sweet about it. He's like, I'll give you water.
This guy's like, get off your knees, you fucking like piece of shit.
Yeah,
like have more dignity than that to suck my dick for crazy. Water.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing about it is the fact that a lot of people that worked so hard on that festival did not get paid.
That's where I was having a great time with the doc. I was like, this is hilarious. And then once it gets serious about the people who didn't get paid, I'm like,
especially the lady from the restaurant, and she's like kind of like she's about to break down.
The Bahamian woman.
Like she just like she's saying like even talking about it, really strikes a chord with her.
Yeah, she's like $50,000 of my savings. I had to pay these people off because I got scammed by this one guy who promised me money.
Now he's in prison.
Yeah, but I don't think that's enough though. Like 6 years for
even if he is on good behavior too.
Yeah, but did you see? Like both of the documentaries showed this, where like when he was on bail, he was still scamming people,
which is insane.
He was like in a big old penthouse.
So he's obviously insane, but like he's meant to scam people. That's his whole like identity. That's his whole thing. So like he's just gonna do it again.
Yeah.
Once he gets out in 6. Because also he's 25 or he's 27 now.
Fuck me.
So he was doing the Fyre Festival at 25, 26. So in 6 years, what's that? 33.
So there's plenty of life left to scam people.
And just because he had the connections, he grew up rich. His parents were real estate developers. Like nothing ever went wrong in his life, and he has all these things. He can bullshit the way out of everything.
The way he would bullshit is he would find a way to pay for one thing, but that way was through another way, and he would just keep like doubling back. And
that's
back
a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, well, I guess it's not a Ponzi scheme because you're not involving like a third party.
Unless he was.
But because he's selling tickets. That's what the Hulu doc showed. Like he would promise Super Bowl tickets.
Well, that was like afterwards.
No, that was before.
Was that
Fyre
before?
Festival.
With the credit card that he did.
That's right.
Magnuson or
Magnesis.
whatever it is.
No,
Magnesis.
I don't think it was tied to that. But he would, maybe it was.
I thought it was some like members of that would get offers for cheap tickets. Stuff,
because there was like the Met Gala, there was the Victoria's Secret party.
That was after.
That was after.
That was the VIP All Access that he was scamming with Frank Tribble. I know this shit. I watched this shit twice.
You watched it twice. Each one. Yeah.
But no, beforehand he was saying like, oh, we have 200 Hamilton tickets before.
Oh, that's right. This one was in the Hulu.
And then he would buy them all on StubHub at like ridiculous prices, and then hand them out himself to people in front of the Hamilton performance. And then to pay off those, he would sell VIP access or tickets to like some other hockey game or some shit. And then the woman's like, and then he promised Super Bowl tickets to pay off the Hamilton tickets.
Right.
So like he's been like pulling money and scamming people forever before this Fyre Festival happened. That's why like I believe he had no inclination to pull this off.
Right. Or if he did, it was like for a moment, you know, like, or maybe like Ja Rule came in and like tried to make it.
Because like, once you pull up and see those FEMA tents and you see the food is like not there, like he had no like I don't know the word, but he had no
inclination. Is that what
I
you
guess
said earlier?
inclination, but like if he had receipts of villas that he paid for and that were like supposed to be built, and he had all this whole plan, then that's like, oh shit, just went wrong, and like they didn't have enough time. But he just got these FEMA tents.
Right.
What did he expect to happen though?
What do you mean?
If he's deliberately trying to scam people, did he think in 2018 or 2017, whenever it happened, like it wouldn't get out?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
But that's the thing, like, he can, like, talk his way out of anything, and, like, nothing ever goes wrong. And then even in the doc, they show, like, all right, we're saving up for Fyre Festival 2018.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, he's just nuts.
Even
crazy.
In the Hulu doc, it shows when he does go to prison, and they actually interview his girlfriend, and they say, like, he's even running, like, business inside the prison.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
like he's still hustling deals.
Yeah. So like that's all he does. That I think in the Hulu doc, the guy explained, he's like, this guy is the best at separating the consumer from their cash.
Right.
And that's what he is.
I think the thing I like more about the Hulu is that you saw more footage of like the influencers vlogging and them showing themselves having a terrible time there because it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
But then in the Netflix doc, they show how big of a piece of shit Ja Rule is because there's a scene where he's like
The phone call?
There's the phone call, but then there's like
Which one?
the video of him where he's like, you know, it's not a scam, you know, he uses a different word.
No,
for that.
the phone call where they're
Was
all
it the
like
phone call?
they're all like on a conference call.
Yes.
He's like,
Oh,
it's
you're
not,
right.
it's not fraud, it's false advertising.
Yes, there you
I'm
go.
like, holy shit! Like this is on tape that he's admitting that it's false advertising, and I guess in his mind he thinks it's not a criminal act.
Yeah, but
It's crazy.
thousands of people didn't get paid for this shit.
Yeah, and he's not held accountable too. He created an icon, which is another thing,
Right.
which is crazy.
Yeah, and it's like all these ideas thrown into something that sounds like a cool thing to do. You know,
What?
like the icon, like you can go to a page and you could basically book a giant artist if you have the money for it. You know, like the idea, like that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But you know, it like that has to be followed through with like legitimacy.
Which they were doing that with the Fyre app, because the Fyre Festival was just to promote the Fyre app.
Right.
Yeah.
And that
So-
was the idea, the icon.
Yeah. So then,
Before it was
like, they
like a-
had those software engineers and those programmers developing this app to do that, and then it just fell apart after the Fyre Festival just went to shit.
Yeah.
So, like, the idea for the Fyre app was good, but then the Fyre Festival was just, like, bullshit.
Yeah. And the way they marketed it with the social media with the big block of orange was like fucking that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's really fucking smart.
Yeah.
But I love that they just kept showing the ad that they shot for it
Yeah.
over and over.
Yeah.
Like this luxurious thing that just does not exist of all these so it's like I like that question. It's like, all right, so you're going to this festival and you're like a regular person, but you're going to be next to a supermodel.
Yeah.
Like
Who believes that?
Who the fuck believes that shit?
The weird guy who they interviewed an attendee who has, like, slick back, like,
That guy was
curly
so
hair.
fucking funny.
He's like, this is crazy.
I love that guy.
No, but okay, like, if you had that, and if you had all that money and you had, like, the ability to go to that, would you have gone to that? You don't think so?
No.
Like, if you're, like, promised the next Coachella.
Well, I don't care. Well,
I don't ever want to go to any of those
Yeah,
festivals
really?
because
Neither.
it's not. I would be so uncomfortable with
guess
all the
so,
people,
yeah.
and just the stress of getting in there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But
I did like how the guy brought up, it might have been the event coordinator who brought up the faults of like Woodstock.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the things that people don't talk about those
Yeah.
events. Like, okay, yeah, I get that, but this is on a whole other level. Like, I love when the guy who created the Twitter account, the Fyre Fraud,
Yeah.
when because he breaks it down both in Netflix and in the Hulu versions of they just Photoshop the island, the part, that section
They took it
onto
out,
the
yeah.
other
that's
island.
so fucking crazy.
And they're like, this is
Fucking
brilliant.
crazy.
But that goes to show, like, the people who bought tickets didn't do their research
Yeah.
and didn't, like, Google, like, where this is going to be
Right.
and what's going to happen.
Yeah, like usually when you buy your ticket to an event, like say a Coachella, you probably get all your information. I mean, Coachella is probably different because you have to get there yourself differently. But when you put it on an isolated island, you got to figure out the flight, where you're landing, where you're going to be staying, like all of that. I would imagine well ahead of time, not a week prior to the fucking event.
Yeah.
I would Google map the fuck out of that. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm looking at a different apartment, I'm like Google mapping, like, what's around this apartment.
Yeah.
And what's the traffic like.
But that's like I guess you would say that's like the reflection of Billy's charisma as a person onto the social media because like everyone just got swept up into this thing that sounded too good to be true that they didn't question anything. They just fucking went for it.
That's what I didn't like about. Because like if I went to Coachella, I would go for like the Blink-182 or like the bands
And the drugs.
Yeah,
Duh.
But I would go for like the actual to see the music and the experience and all that. These guys were just going because they were promised like hot models and like yachts and all this shit, as opposed to just the music.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, that's bullshit. So I fault them for that.
A lot of faults in this episode.
Yeah.
I saw you retweeted the Blink-182.
Yeah.
You just went and searched for it.
Because I was following
That's
this
funny.
when this was happening in April of 2017. I
Yeah.
was following it.
Oh, I remember laughing
religiously.
hysterically.
Because
I remember the picture, the toast thing being tweeted. I was like,
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, holy shit. That's
Christ.
why I was like, okay, these guys had no inclination to pull this off because they wouldn't have just put
Right.
toast and a piece of cheese on it.
yeah.
I remember hearing about the story of like Billy letting go people from his company on like a Philip DeFranco episode because they play the sound bites. The part where he's like, "I'm letting you go. I'm not." Oh no, he's like, "I'm not firing you,
Yeah, I'm just not
but
gonna pay
you're also not going to get paid." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
With like no severance or anything like that.
Nothing like that
Well,
whatsoever.
that was in the doc too, because
Yeah.
they were saying like, "Oh, so you're just beating the system, so we can't file for unemployment." And he's like,
Exactly.
"I don't know the
He's just
logistics of
not
the
answering. Which is crazy to me. Why the fuck would he do the Hulu documentary? Why would he interview for that?
They said he got paid for that.
Oh, that's right, he did.
I don't know.
Now I know why.
a $250,000.
But it
they
doesn't.
say?
Of course.
Doesn't matter. He's still in prison.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter either because he can still pull off a scam and people like they're saying too, like at the end when he's pulling off the VIP all access and selling tickets to the Met Gala and the Victoria's Secret fashion show when these tickets don't exist, he made $8 million from that. And it's like, holy fuck,
See?
people are so fucking stupid with money.
Yeah.
This is why we need a secret organization to stop people like this
Yep.
from shedding light. We don't need
Put them in
God-
metaphorical puddles to like
Thank you.
drown these people out.
We do not
Yeah.
need gods among men and
No.
women because Billy is
Billy.
a supervillain.
Yeah.
He's gonna come out. He's gonna come back again and
The
reign
scammer.
even harder.
This,
Yeah.
ooh, that's good. That's
Thank
part
you.
4.
His
Shattered.
uniform is a suit.
That's,
Yeah.
that's the reboot in a few years. Shattered.
Oh, can I say too for the Hulu doc? When they talked about Magnesis and the creation of it, and the story was that like when him and his friends went to dinner and they had to split the bill, and everyone pulled out their credit card. Oh, split, yeah. They had to pull out their credit card, and it was like a whole ordeal. And in my mind, I was like, oh, he created an app where people can like share the bill on their app, and then like someone pays for it. But he's like, no, I saw the credit card, and I saw it's not thick enough, and it's not like heavy enough.
Yeah,
Like,
they said like when you drop it, it like dings on the thing.
yeah, he's like, I'm gonna make a metal credit card. And I'm like, oh, so it's bullshit. You're making just like the illusion of having money.
yeah.
And
It's
like,
all an illusion.
that whole shit of just like an illusion of fame or fortune, I guess. And I'm like, oh, that's his thinking.
I think that's what he says. Like in the documentary, it's like it's a way to have the middleman see this dream kind of come true or something like that. You know, it's like creating that illusion for a regular person to have something more.
He said, I forget which doc, but he quotes, he's like, yeah, we're selling this for the average guy in his mom's basement
Yeah.
who wants to.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Who wants to live the dream of like supermodels and yachts and catered food. And I'm like, I guess. But
Which was funny that at the end of the movie he ended up living in his parents' basement after
Yeah.
saying that, which I thought was funny.
But now he's in prison. And
For now.
But he's going to come out and do the same exact
Let's
thing
see
again.
if he even serves 6 years.
Yeah.
Well, they said he's not allowed to be like a president of any company, right?
Yeah, but he can
like-
he can do it by proxy though. That's why he
Yeah, I
had that
guess
Frank
so.
Tribble guy.
Oh, yeah, that makes
and
sense.
like oh, it's Frank Tribble sending these emails. It's not Billy himself. So
There's
like, he's gonna
also
pull it off anyway.
The other guy that was sort of running things, was his name Grant?
Grant.
Was it
The
Grant?
the
Oh, yeah,
neurotic
that guy just stressed me out.
Yeah.
Good
Because like I
God.
feel like I've met so many guys like
Oh,
that guy.
we've met so many Grants. Oh.
But in the Hulu, like he's more so in the Netflix one. But
There's footage of him in the Netflix
yeah,
one. There's
but in the
nothing of him in the
Hulu
Hulu
one, it shows where he ended up like he was like a ambulance paramedic or something like that.
He became a paramedic
Yeah.
or something. And
After the fact?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
But he didn't get charged with anything. I think he had to settle for like $30,000.
Yeah.
He didn't really have to do anything.
There is that conversation that they had where the one guy that the pilot
Yeah.
was brought on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, what did he say?
He was bringing up all these issues. He's like, we need bathrooms, we need this, we need that.
The cruise. He was like, the cruise. And the guy was like, oh, we're not doing the cruise anymore.
Yeah.
And he was like, we're not? He's like, yeah, they told me. He said, they said that it could be done. And the guy's just sitting there was like, okay, well, like, who's they? Yeah. I've heard that shit in real life before. And it's just like, oh, it fucking made me just, ugh.
Yeah, like that. There's like this happening all the time with like micro situations where it's like, oh, we're gonna put on an event. We need this, we need that, and it doesn't follow through.
Yeah,
but this was just a huge thing.
Huge,
and where it's
blew
like,
up in their face.
And it became criminal when he's like siphoning money with these VCs. I think it was the Netflix one too, where he was saying like, oh, we're worth $30 million. And we have this revenue, so invest this money.
Oh, lying to investors, yeah.
Yeah, so he fraudulently sent like fake documents,
right?
And then that's when it became criminal.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Let's do a festival, guys.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
You know what it reminded me of? Wayne's World 2.
Oh, Wayne Stock.
Yeah, we got to put on a show. It's like, yeah, you got to put on a show, but you got to make sure it comes together.
Yeah.
Dot the T's and cross the lowercase J's. It's good stuff.
But yeah, it's crazy.
So I guess the Fyre Festival wasn't fire.
Seems like it really burned out.
Oh, yes. There it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Speaking of which, I have I got a fireplace now.
Oh, yeah. How's that going?
I haven't tried it yet. I have to like contact people.
How do you turn it on? Do you have to like legit like turn the thing and
You know what's
light
weird?
it?
Is it electric or?
I thought it was electric because there's like a switch.
That's the one that I had in my very first apartment. The one it was just a light switch and it would turn on.
Oh, okay.
After like 5 seconds of it, like turning the gas on and all that, it would just engulf in flames.
We have to like contact somebody to like switch it because the last people that were in
turn
our
the pilot light on or something like that.
Yeah, just figure all that stuff out. So yeah.
Yeah, watch the Hulu doc.
Watch both of them. We suppose but whatever.
What I didn't like about the Hulu one is they brought it back to like Trump and stuff, and I'm like, okay, like
really?
He didn't need to be into that.
When did they do that? Trump?
At the very end, they're like, oh yeah, now we're in like a presidency where it's like the Fyre Festival and stuff. It's like the con man is like has the greatest time.
Got it. Yeah.
In America right now, he can just con everybody into selling the dream, selling the idea.
Almost like
how is that?
It was on the nose.
Yeah. What do you mean?
How's that connected?
Well, because Billy was selling the idea of like this exclusive festival.
So they randomly said they tied that into the Trump thing, saying you can buy into bullshit.
It's like we're living in a time where guys like this are running things, you know?
Right,
they connected it where like Trump sold the idea of making America great again, and the idea of like bringing back the country, and that's what got these people. Well, like just the idea of a con man, of like this confidence guy who will sell you on anything. Trump is the ultimate salesman who will sell you on anything.
It was also tough watching the Netflix one after the Hulu because like it's a lot of the same information, but yeah, Netflix one is done a lot better.
It is.
I thought so.
Yeah.
But it actually is made better.
It is made better. But you know who made it?
Jerry Media.
No,
it was
the director
guys who did
Vice.
No, let him speak.
Oh, it was
asshole.
the Jim Carrey movie, right?
Yes.
Oh,
the Man on the Moon one.
the
Jim and Andy.
Yeah. Same director, Chris Smith. Same
but
director.
it's produced by Vice.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really well done. And they had that's what I liked, like the footage of the actual people there.
Right.
The guy with the man bun, the yoga guy, the pilot who's like, I learned how to fly on Microsoft Flight Simulator.
That was so funny.
Crazy.
And now I'm doing zero gravity.
Everyone's like floating around in the fucking plane.
And Ja Rule's like selfieing himself.
It's crazy. Yeah. I like the presentation of the Hulu one because, like, the Hulu one, they do the. I like in documentaries where it's two camera on the interviewer or the interviewee, where it's like, you know, you have your one shot or slightly to the side, and then you have like another one.
Yeah.
Whereas like the Netflix one, it was just like straight on.
Yeah.
You know,
they had some close ups of like the
they would do
guy.
it and then they'd go in like.
But
a little variety.
What I didn't like about the Hulu one is like they would ask Billy a question and like a stinger is like, how come you didn't tell anybody that like you lost all the keys? And I just wanted them to like sit on that moment, but they cut. I'm like, it feels like they edited around it just to make an awkward moment around here.
Right.
But in the Hulu one, you can see Billy's eyes are like huge. His pupils are huge. People pointed that out.
Like doing drugs?
Yeah. Because like when you have like lights on you, your pupils get tiny. But his pupils are dilated as fuck. I'm like, oh, this guy's just nuts.
Maybe.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah, there was that one part where they said like he took an ATV and just drove off really fast, and then like he just came back and he just needed a quick little adrenaline
back
rush.
with ideas. He was like, yeah, all right, here we go.
Like, what did he do over there? Yeah.
That's nuts. So check them out. Check both of them out. Check out the Netflix and Hulu in documentaries if you guys want to.
What the Netflix one shows is that like nobody knew what was going on. I think even the people working there, they're like, we had no idea. The people working on the Fyre app
had
no idea what was going on in the Fyre Festival.
Yeah.
So then that's when like people were saying, "Oh, Jerry Media was involved," but like even the coworkers had no idea what was going on.
I felt bad for that fucking kid who was booking all the talent.
The 22-year-old kid.
It's like
Christ,
Jesus Christ, putting all the pressure on that
you
guy.
You see the shot of him just like rubbing his eyes.
I was like, oh, you
out.
poor boy. Oh no.
He had a book like Major Lazer, Blink 2 for this festival that's never gonna happen.
Man,
and it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh well. You know what's not crazy?
The fact that the show's over now.
Oh God, we're ending it already?
I thought that's what I thought you were doing. I gotta move my car. That's all I know.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right.
I'm like 8 minutes overdue for moving my car.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. I don't
Well,
think
we'll wrap
It
it
could
up.
be exciting to see if I can move it before the end of the show.
Okay. All right. We'll do that right now. Thank you so much for listening and watching this episode of The Wanger Show. Once again, patreon.com/wangers, The Wanger Show on iTunes, Bandcamp, merch store. Check out all those things out. Check out Chet Barney. We worked really hard to put that out, and we're loving everyone's responses. But hey, for real, like, be real with us. Like, if you don't like it,
just tell me we suck.
Just fucking tell us we suck, okay? We can just end it all right here, right now. And then if you are on Patreon, check out the script that Cody posted up there. We'll probably be doing a lot more of that stuff because it's cool seeing behind-the-scenes stuff like that.
Yeah.
With all that said, let's hope Cody's car isn't towed. Brian?
Should I like make a run for it and try to make it back before the end of the Patreon section?
You'll be fine.
Would that be
I think
funny?
you'll be fine.
Oh, I'm just saying for the
We'll pay
for
for
the
it.
joke.
We'll pay for
Yeah,
it.
for the
You
bit.
can do it. You can move it in my back.
I'm kind of over it now. All right, let's do this.
Move it in your back?
Move it in my back. Tight space. I like a banana split.
9 out of 10 movie. Nice. He's like, oh, it's not a Sunday. It's a banana split. I don't like those either. They gotta do 9 out of 10 movie sometime soon.
You guys seen Rat Race?
Yes. I love Rat Race.
Yeah.
Remember the theme song for that?
There's a theme song?
Yeah, like during the opening credits.
Oh,
It was like.
I remember Smash Mouth was in the movie.
Really?
That was the third act. Like, oh, it's Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
like, somebody.
Yeah. Which was weird because that was like 2 years too late on the Smash Mouth train, which I thought was hilarious when I first saw it.
It's all of these movies
Yeah.
and stuff. Too late on the game.
No, with the AFC.
Brian, it's
Wait,
Patreon
hold on.
section.